Welcome to Unrolled, episode number 40-something?
48.
48, he says with some confidence. My name is Mike, and this is Chuck. We're going to cut, light, and smoke a cigar and talk about pretty much nothing. But about 30 minutes or so in, if you want to scan to that, we're going to unroll a Table 36 Fellowship from 2015.
I don't know how to put the links up, so they're on their own.
What's that mean?
The links for the timeline.
Oh.
You can put links
up,
but I don't know how to do it.
So but it's always about halfway through.
You know, maybe I should go get my Cornelius and Anthony.
Yeah?
We'll both smoke cigars that no longer exist.
Well, do you want to smoke the Table 36 whatever? No. Well, that one won't exist after they're gone.
Really?
Yeah, that's only a once-a-year drop. So Chuck's...
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Chuck's cheap cigar of the day is the $20 frickin' Las California.
$20?
It's pretty close.
No, it's not $20.
Well, it's like 17. So sorry, I'm wrong by $3.
Well, I'll go get a Padron.
Well, you're done slobbered all over it.
Let's go get a Principe then. I will put it back in the bag.
Oh, yuck. So Chuck's got a Crowned Heads Las Calaveras 2022 edition.
And a lighter don't work.
All right, let's try this one. Oh, too low. Give me that. And I'm going to smoke. Oh, I'll be damned. Hold on here. Let me bend that. Can't fix a fucking car, but I can fix a lighter in 2 seconds. I'm going to smoke a Cornelius and Anthony.
I can't fix a car either. You've been watching the videos?
What is this? It's just the Cornelius. So what? You're more.
Mine's a Venganza.
Venganza is like that was supposed to be their strongest one, correct?
No.
Oh, I thought it was.
the Mac Daddy's the strongest one.
Oh, maybe. Okay. So
they no longer exist.
I'm gonna do this here. There we go. I keep headbutting the mic stand here. I've been seeing a lot of people smoking older cigars they've had in their humidor for a while.
Right.
And they always go, look how yellow that bag is. And that's like your badge of fucking age or whatever, right? And I'm like, it's been sitting in there a minute. You know, I mean, it's not doing anything except for hanging out together. But
right.
So, yeah, if you get a cigar and it's got a bunch of yellow on it, that cigar shop's had that for a long time. These guys have been out of business for maybe a year or two.
I don't know. At least a year.
At least a year. I feel like it was 2 Florida trips because you found them down there
and then I
2 years ago,
yep.
And then you couldn't get them. I think they've been closed.
I found them in Kentucky, not in Florida.
I thought you got a box from Kentucky, or did you get a box from the internet?
I ordered a box off the internet.
So, it's kind of cool. They had really good marketing. I'll take the picture of it and we'll pop it up on the Instagram. And but yeah, it was a pretty good cigar. It was kind of pricey for, I guess a boutique cigar. And I don't know who rolled it. I don't know what tobacco it is. I'm trying to take a picture that doesn't make it look like complete and utter dog shit. There we go. Oh, let's see if I can get some of this yellowing. Look at that yellow.
I know the Venganza tasted really good. I'm probably saying it wrong too, but.
Do you know who cares? Nobody knows.
And I know that I got a buddy that really likes the Mac Daddy, so. And he was disappointed that there were no more.
Right.
Yes.
So tired of things not doing what they're supposed to do. I spent the morning today catching raindrops.
Yes.
A little bit of rain today.
It's just going to do what it's doing right now all day.
Yeah, so.
The air's just wet.
Yeah, it's nice actually raining. A little bit to have a little moisture in the air.
Not even raining, the air's just wet. Not enough to even mean anything.
Well, this morning it was coming down pretty strong. It's been a while. It's my first cigar of the day.
Oh,
It was coming down pretty hard this morning, so I've been working on that second floor of the yoga building in downtown Alton, and so I cleaned off like a section of it, and then so I had moved all the buckets to catch the rain, so I had to get down there first thing this morning, put all the buckets back where they went. It's easy to see where they go though, because you know it's the dust is cleared off from, because it's not like I vacuumed up there, I just swept shit up, but you know it's like this clear spot, you know, and then so it's pretty easy to figure out. So now I would say that this cigar is at least a couple years old, right?
at least.
At least this cigar we know is at least a couple years old.
That cigar is probably older than a couple years because I've never seen those in here.
Oh, this is what we were selling when we first bought the company.
No, the Cornelius and Anthony.
Oh yeah. This is hella old.
I've never seen those in here. So that's at least 5 years old. 4 or 5 years old. At least.
Yeah, it could have been on the first order.
And then I know that when I came back, you couldn't get them.
Right.
They couldn't be ordered for whatever reason. I don't remember why.
I think they closed during COVID or whatever. I think a lot of boutique brands shut down just because there wasn't if you don't have the production to be on the internet, and that's where the last cigar boom was on the internet.
Right.
It wasn't like it was brick and mortar was killing it or anything.
Right.
But you know, this cigar I would feel is probably just as old, and I don't see any yellowing in my plastic.
I doubt that one's just as old.
I bet you it's at least 2015,
No.
2017.
No.
Like put into this plastic then,
No.
kept in the humidor the whole entire time. So I don't know. Anyway, you're driving to Previa.
Yeah, I'm gonna park it back today,
Okay.
and so I can get different wheels on it and address a few things that I don't like.
Okay.
So
Now you tinted the windows yesterday.
I did.
You got them back in. I saw that you had one out to tint it.
I had all the side windows out.
Really?
Yeah.
Do they just unclip and unscrew out?
Oh, they unbolt.
Are they unbolt?
Yeah, they unbolt.
Okay. You know, I don't know why I thought you literally like removed them, and then I'm like, oh shit, now it's raining. So I figured you had leaks. You know.
No.
Because there's no way that silicone would have been set up that quick.
No.
You know.
No, I took them out and then I put them right back in, and then I did the doors on the car, which I wasted at 3 pretty good sized pieces of tint because I'm not good at doing tint.
Well, it's because you don't do it all the time.
So, and actually I wasted 4 because the driver's door is still screwed up. So
how did the back ones come out? I saw you doing those.
back ones
yesterday.
come out fine.
Yeah.
They come out all
pretty
right.
easy.
I did them
Square.
out.
Yeah, right. Got to lean over them and do them right.
Right.
Do you put like the LED light underneath of it or anything to?
Yeah, I put the LED light under it to cut it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice. Very
Yeah.
cool. There's something therapeutic about tinting windows.
Not for me.
Well, like, I don't know. Like, maybe it's just watching it now. But I always hated trying to tint the back window with, like, the rear defrost. It never came out right.
Well, so I got them 2 corner windows, the windshield, and the back window. And those are all for Jamie.
Right.
I'm not even attempting any of that. So.
I had a 17 window Ford Econoline that had purple tint left over on it, right? And so I scraped as much of that off as I could, and then we had a deal set up. Some shop in St. Charles, I don't remember what it was, but they were a sponsor on my website, so they offered to tint all the windows for free, clean them and tint them, all 17 windows. So all I had to do is get this 64 Econoline to run, and then drive it to St. Charles. And it hadn't ran in forever. My buddy in KC bought it from like South Dakota, and then it sat on his trailer for a few years. So, like, it never even got off the trailer. Like, he picked it up, just sat there, you know. And then so then I hit him up one day, and I was like, "Hey, you still have that van?" He goes, "Fucking still in the trailer." And I go, "You want to bring it out?" So he brought it out to me, and so I get it so I had a can of starter fluid, and I put some fresh. The gas was drained, so I knew the gas was pretty empty, right?
Right.
So I put like 5 gallons of gas in it, and then I just sat there sitting in the driver's seat, bumping the starter or hitting the starter and spraying starter fluid in it. Finally get it to run, right? So, I just had to prime and get up there, and who knows how bad all this stuff was. I didn't care at all. I was not making anything. I just wanted to hear it run. So I get it to run. I'm like, oh, well, screw it. I'm going to drive to St. Charles. This van hasn't ran in decades, man. And so I get it, and it's smoking, real bad. But if you're moving, the smoke leaves the cab.
Right.
Because I got the doghouse off. So it's just smoking inside of the van. And so I started driving, and I'm literally like spraying it, every so often it needs a little bump, So, but once it was like rolling down 270, now the tires were square. They were so dry rotted. And I'm just cruising down 270, and I don't know how fast I'm going or anything. It was 3 on the tree. I think that was my first 3 on the tree. So I had to like learn that real quick. And then, so I'm going down 270. I see my buddy Ben. He's driving a Crystal Clean truck. He did like parts washers and stuff like that, And so I call him. So not only am I driving a 3-speed on 270, spraying a little starter fluid in there every once in a while, I decided to make a phone call at the same time. Now I have no idea about anything on this van. I never even looked underneath of it, right? I'm just straight rolling. And so I go, hey, you on 270? He goes, yeah. And I was like, getting ready to pass you. And he goes, is your shit on fire? I'll say, it was that much smoke rolling out. Did I go get the windows tinted? Sure did. Drove it back. I get all the way back, and it was actually running fantastic, right? So it just got all the cobwebs out. It's running really good. I get a ride back to St. Charles. I pick this van up. I'm driving back, and then I had the old cigar shop. I was managing the old cigar shop in Alton. And I turn to go up Broadway, and then it was right at the Lincoln Douglas debate square. That's where the old cigar shop I ran was. So I'm pulling up, and it dies. And I'm like, and then it wouldn't start, right? So it's manual, so I'm going to just pop the clutch. So I'm going to pop it in reverse since I'm up the hill, right? Everything makes sense.
Right.
So I fired up. So now I'm mad because it just did all those miles.
Right.
And now you can't make it 5 more feet to the parking spot, right?
Probably out of gas.
I don't know. I don't know what it was, actually. I never looked into it further. I sold it. But so I popped this clutch. It starts. It's running. And I forgot who I had in the passenger seat. And I was like, hold on, this is about to get stupid. And I freaking put it in first. I freaking floored it, and I dumped the clutch, and I roasted them square-ass tires off.
Till they were round again.
All the way up the hill. Pulled into a parking spot, and I'm like, fuck, this van's cool. And it goes, bleh, and just shits out all the freaking antifreeze everywhere. I was like, right on like Lincoln Douglas's sidewalk, because it's cab over, so I pulled all the way up. So, yeah, it was, after that, I sold it. I think I drove it to the person's house that bought it, and then it's literally sitting in the exact same spot I left it in back in 2005 or 6 or 7. And then, since they've lost the title, so, which, isn't a big deal. I could probably go throw $500 and drive away with, well, not drive away with it, but.
Yeah, I trust you driving away with it.
Yeah, no, I doubt it. But it had true Krager SS's, and it's got fresh tint. White van, and at that time it had no body rust, from looking inside, right?
It still shouldn't now then.
Well, it sat in a yard, so I mean, if anything, it should be surface rust from the last 15 years.
Yeah, it still
10 years.
Be bad.
Yeah, so I guess it's about 15 years, 2005, 2006. So, but what a cool van that I think I gave Brett $500 for it, and he delivered it. From KC. So, I mean, hell of a good deal. And we hung out. I bought him dinner and beers and stuff. But, yeah, to make it run, drove it to St. Charles, got 17 windows tinted, drove back, did a fatty burnout, and then sold it.
I had a small block S10. I got pulled over one time because the cop thought it was on fire. I was like, nope, it's just junk. And then that was back in the day where I was getting arrested 2 or 3 times a week for the same warrant.
Right.
And that time, that week, that particular time, would have been every day for a week if he had arrested me for this warrant.
Oh.
It was a failure to appear warrant.
Right.
And it was paper in Madison County. It was really, 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 really bad.
They're on top of their shit.
At updating. And so I got arrested. Literally, I got arrested a Sunday night, out Monday, got arrested Monday night, out Tuesday morning, got arrested Tuesday afternoon, out Wednesday morning. I slept in county jail.
Every night.
Every night. And then that Friday, I was coming home from the shop, and that cop pulled me over, and I was like, dude.
God damn it. Let me get a day off.
And he was like, you got a warrant, and it was Friday. That means I'm there till Monday.
Yeah.
Because there was no Saturday court back then. I'm like, dude, man, come on. And it was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I was there for a long time. And I was like, come on, I said, just call. I've been arrested every day this week. Literally. I'm not even kidding.
Oh, shit.
So he goes, all right, I'm going to have him call. I'm going to do you a favor, and I'm going to have him call. He goes, you're not buying your way out of this, though, if you got a warrant. You know that, right? And I go, I'm telling you, I don't. I literally just got out this morning. And so he calls, he comes back, and he goes, you're right, you don't have a warrant. I go, thank you.
Yeah.
He goes, does everybody know this now? Because I don't want to get pulled over again on my way. Because this thing smokes like it's on fire.
Right.
But he come running up the truck. Get out! Your truck's on fire! Get out! And I'm looking at him like, it's not. It's just junk.
It's got no rings, bro. No one else is going past.
Right. It's just how it runs.
Kevin did a pull. He had an S10 for his drag truck, and I wasn't there this day, but he does a pull. It's a pretty decent pull. He hears something pop, and by the time he makes the turn, he sees the smoke, right? So he's going back to the pits, so it's a mile. The track's actually a mile long. It's 3/4 shutdown. And so he turned, comes back. Well, it was so bad that they literally sent the fire truck driving towards. Yeah, like you couldn't see the round track from the drag strip. They just automatically assumed that thing was on fire. So yeah, that one. I think the piston ended up being square on that one.
Jesus.
Yep. Lots of oil goes by whenever it's not round.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah. So good times. You're talking about Madison County was bad on their paper.
They were so bad on it.
I got a ticket for speeding in Brooklyn, Illinois, right? So it's track.
St. Clair. No, Brooklyn's Madison County, ain't it?
It is actually St. Clair County because it's right there on.
Yeah.
It's literally the first town in St. Clair County, like on 3. And so I got pulled over. We're being assholes, driving, drifting, shit like that. So I get pulled over, get a ticket, go about my way. I think we're street racing that night. And then, so I go to St. Clair County, pay the fine. No big deal. I was like, hey, back then they held your license, right? I don't know what they do now. But so I was like, can I get my license? And they're like, oh, Brooklyn still has it. And I'm like, well, what the fuck did I even pay this for, right? So I go... I think that night, because I think I went up there before work or something. I don't know how it worked. But anyway, I go there in the evening. It's cold out. I got a 3/4 trench coat, scarf on, nice gloves, big cigar. I go walking into the police department smoking a cigar. No one's in there. Door's unlocked. No one's in there. So I just start walking around and I start checking desks, and I find this dude's stack of driver's license. I mean, it was every bit that I could barely hold them all. And I just thumbed through until I found my freaking driver's license. Some cop walks by, right? Sees me in the office in a desk with a cigar. I'm literally smoking a cigar. And so I'm like going through like this. And he's like, hey. And I go, what's up? And I'm just thumbing through the IDs and I get my driver's license. I'm like, oh, there I am. And I put the rest back. I shut the desk drawer and I leave.
Right.
Well, why did I pay $150 if I could have just went and got my damn driver's license?
You just still had a warrant.
Yeah, I would have.
They suspended your license now.
Oh, I called Edwardsville yesterday because I owe that tax to the king,
Right.
And so I didn't appear, and they're like, well, you could have showed up. This lady. She's like, you could have showed up and fought it, and I go, ma'am, it's $100 fine, right? And she goes, yeah. I go, do you think that's worth my day? I go, do you think it's worth my time to sit in there and argue for $100?
I'd do it.
And I go, and she goes, I go, do you know what's going to happen? I will never support another business in the whole town because of this.
Right.
This $100 just fucked you out of however much, however many events, whatever. I'm done with you.
Right.
Fuck you and your town. And I go, I just want to pay this fine. She goes, well, you got to come up. Do you think I want to come up there to pay a fine? I don't even want to step foot in your
You should
town.
be able to pay it online.
Yeah, it's like, well, you got to pay it over the phone with a $4 charge or a 4% charge, which would be $4. So,
Yeah, I don't know. It's all money.
that's all it is.
charge.
I mean, we do the same thing. We charge 3.9%.
Yeah, but we're not forcing people to come in here. We're not holding
Oh, right.
them ransom to come in here and,
Right.
and buy cigars.
So I got to pay that by tomorrow, 2 days. So I'll call today. I tried to get through yesterday to pay it. And she goes, "Sir, this is not a king's ransom." Because I said
very
something like that.
much.
And I go, okay.
It is very much.
She's like, well, you could have disputed. I'm like, do you think it's worth my time?
I'd have done.
No, why? I'm not going to, because I'm going to end up in contempt of court.
Because I'm a very petty person.
I'm going to end up in contempt because they're fucking assholes.
It's an ordinance violation, so it's not even a real courtroom.
No, yeah, I got a
It's
judgment.
not even-
I have
yeah,
a judgment assigned to me for $100.
Right. There's a judge in there, but it's not even a real courtroom.
No,
'Cause
I
it's
know.
ordinance.
Dude,
It's stupid.
How many times did I go over this building? I know exactly where it's at and who presides over it.
It's a big. It's even more of a circus than the traffic court is. The traffic court is a circus. So,
Dude, I love whenever I was going all the time when we had Wayne up our
so
ass.
that $100 fine,
Right.
they made nothing off of actually because they spent all the money to go through and pay all those people to
Oh,
go.
yeah?
It's
Right.
stupid.
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
stupid.
No, they lost money on that.
It's absolutely dumb.
It was me and a barbecue guy had to pay that fine.
They assigned it to you because next time you'll pay.
Right. Pay
There
what?
won't be a next time.
Right.
Now.
Yeah, no, you don't understand how I work. I don't give a shit. Like,
Right, that's like that lady in Georgia. I told that lady because she goes, "Well, ignorance of the law," and I go, "Ma'am, you don't put the information out there. I got no choice but to be ignorant because you don't tell anybody anything. This is you're not trying to educate me. If you'd have tried to educate me, then yes, it's ignorance of the law." And I said, "So I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to drive 2 hours out of my way to avoid your state entirely. No more gas tax.
right.
No more
Food tax.
No more tax from the hotel.
Grocery
we eat,
tax.
Yeah, we eat on the way down there. No more food tax.
Right.
No, you don't get no more of those tax dollars, and they might not amount to nothing to you, but there's more money in my pocket. It'll be extra gas for me
Right.
because I can literally drive through Alabama and go across the Panhandle now and not even touch Georgia.
Right. And get a prettier view with less traffic.
And I don't want to drive through Atlanta anymore anyway. So thank you, ma'am.
Right.
Thank you very much.
You know, the state of Missouri, that's why they got rid of their helmet law. Because of the loss of revenue. If they're so important for safety,
Right.
then why would you?
Right.
Oh, because everybody's avoiding your state when they
Right.
travel?
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So, it's like, oh, safety? No, we need money more than safety.
I was speeding. I was more than happy to pay the ticket.
Right.
More than happy to pay the ticket. I was speeding. It was a ridiculous amount for the ticket, but then you're going to charge me an extra $100 because you don't work the way every other state in the union works?
Really? What was the extra 100 for? Like a
Because I didn't
probation?
show up to court.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, I didn't show up to court because every other state in the union, every other state, they don't when your ticket doesn't have an amount on it, or
Right.
you don't get something in the mail immediately with an amount on it,
Right.
which they didn't send me, then you have to miss your first court date. Basically, they set a bond, and the bond is the price of the ticket. That's basically that's how it
Right,
works.
right.
Every other state I've ever gotten a ticket in, and I've gotten a ticket in lots. I speed all over the fucking place. It's not like I just decided to go speeding in Georgia and I don't speed through Arizona or Kansas City or anywhere else I've ever been. So that's how it works, but not in Georgia. Not in Georgia. Georgia assigns the fee $10 after you get 10 days after you get the ticket. They
Right.
assign the fee, which is the weirdest thing I've ever heard of in my life. How do I know you've assigned a fee?
Right.
They don't send you anything telling you they have assigned a fee. You're supposed to know that they've assigned that fee 10 days later. It's ridiculous.
Sounds ridiculous.
And then because I didn't go to court because I thought I had to miss and get the bond and pay the, you know what I mean?
Right.
To sign the fee, I didn't go to court. They charged me an extra $100.
God. So when I lived out in the desert, I would pass through New Mexico when I'd go to and from home or whatever. And in Texas back then, after the sun went down, the speed limit drops.
Yeah.
So you're already speeding.
Right.
then it drops, so you're speeding by 5 miles an hour more.
Right.
Because somehow that dark and 5 miles an hour slower saves lives, I guess. Figure it the fuck out.
The highway's less full, so you would think that it'd just raise it.
Right.
But
I got pulled over one time because of the crosswinds.
yeah, I did too in Mississippi.
Yeah, I got pulled over in Texas for Shamrock, Texas. I paid so much money to that fucking town. Yep. Them cops sat right on the interstate and would just nab, especially at dark. You know, because I forgot. I think it was 65 was the speed limit in the daytime, and it goes down to 60. Try doing 60 on the interstate ever.
Right.
Especially like a long, desolate interstate like 40, and it's like it's nearly impossible. But yeah, they got me for. I mean, it was always Shamrock, Texas. I don't know what it was about that town, but
that cop in Mississippi pulled me over because it was windy and I'd swerved the lane. Mm-hmm. The wind blew me out of the damn lane.
Right.
And he pulled me over. He goes, well, you swerved the lane. And I looked at him and I said, dude, I'm driving a land yacht. I was driving a 96 Lincoln Town Car.
Right.
So, dude, I'm driving a land yacht. I've been driving all day. I said, it's windy. Yeah, I. And he goes, oh, okay. He goes, you got anything in the car? No, nothing in the car. And then he proceeded to take everything of mine out of the car.
Right.
Throw it all over the highway.
Oh, yeah. I've been there.
Didn't find anything. Kept coming back to me going, just tell me where it is. Just tell me where it is.
Jesus.
Like, I don't have nothing to tell you where it is. So my buddy, this was his whole thing. My buddy, he thought I was trafficking. Mm-hmm. Yeah, in this beat-up Lincoln Town Car. I think I'd get something better than this if I was a big, heavy hauler, bud. But my buddy had been sitting in the car, and he had rolled a joint in the car.
Right.
The night before.
Right. And
somehow he dropped a seed.
Uh-oh.
And there was a seed on the seat.
Uh-oh.
And he had this one little seed.
Oh, shit.
And he was going to get me for this one little seed. But when he didn't find nothing, I'd gotten a settlement, and I had $3,000 in cash in the door. And so in the Lincoln Town Car in that year, I can't remember if it's 95 or 96, but in that year, the door pops up.
Right.
And you wouldn't even ever know it.
Right.
And I had $3,000 cash in there, and he found it, and he was going to seize it.
Mm.
And I go, you can't seize that. I've got proof of it in the car. And so he already had my stuff pulled out, and I told him, I said, it's probably in that pile over there.
Right.
Because it was literally all in piles. I said, if you want, I said, I'll find it for you. And he just, so when he didn't find nothing, he got so mad he didn't even tell me anything. He just peeled out, threw rocks all over the place, threw rocks all over the car, everything. Did not say, I got super troopered. He just gone.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, do I pick my stuff? My shit's blowing all over the highway.
Right. Yeah, Jerseyville did that to me once. They pulled everything out of my car, couldn't find anything, and then they just left. 4 cops. Yeah. 4 cop cars.
This guy was a jackal.
Yeah. I got stopped one time in Dallas-Fort Worth. I was going from New Mexico to Louisiana, and I think it's like the 20 or the 10, one of those two I was on, right? Whatever goes through Dallas. I think it's the 20. So I'm blazing through. I had a nice radar sector at the time, and it just lights up. So I'm there's nobody there. It's like 2 a.m. I'm sleepy as hell, right? I get pulled over. I pull right over because he got me, whatever.
Right.
So I bought this car brand new. It was like a Toyota, what's the small one? Corolla.
Yeah.
So it's a Toyota Corolla I bought brand new, right? No, I was not doing anything illegal. So he comes up and he asked me to step out of the car. So I get out of the car, and I'm sitting on the hood of his car. Does that ring? Yeah?
I don't know.
Anyway.
Only the microphones. I can't hear it.
So he goes, hey, this is a major drug trafficking road. And I go, cool. It's my first time on it. And he goes, if I can search your car, I won't give you a speeding ticket. And I was like, fuck yeah. right on. You know, I mean, that just saved me $100-something.
Right.
So he's going through, because remember, Texas, it was dark, so
Right.
it was automatically more. So he's digging through. Dude, I was so nervous watching him dig through and knowing I didn't have anything. Like,
Right.
what if the porter dropped a joint? Like, how much trouble am I in? You know, like, what if the new car guy fucking left his Coke bag somewhere? This dude took my spare out. Like, he was legit, man, all over it. But he goes, all right, you can put it all back. He didn't just leave me.
Right.
So he gave me a written warning, and then I take off, and, you know, no big deal. But I've had my car searched probably 10 times over my lifetime, right? That was the only time I've seen them go so thorough. Like, even in so Jacksonville, they got me, and they went through everything in Jacksonville. They never found the dope I had. So shout out to Jacksonville for being stupid. Right. But so they made such a big deal about it. Like, you know, so that, like, the truck was registered stolen or whatever. So anyway, they're going through it, and it was a Ranger that was slammed, right?
Right.
And then the metal bumper was in the bed with the tonneau cover. So they came up whenever the VIN came back stolen. They come up to try to open the door. Well, it's shaped handles, so
Right.
I had to open the door for them.
Right.
So anyway, this guy, they were up my ass, man. They had my pants down on the street, fucking searching me, and I'm like, what the fuck, right? Wasn't even that nervous then. But when this guy's going through my brand new car that I knew there was nothing in, I was like, holy shit, man, I'm going to jail.
So the Mississippi, I wasn't nervous at all. I don't know why they won't let you make a phone call, but because I was trying to call my dad. I'm in Mississippi, right?
Right.
So I'm trying to call my dad and let him know, hey, I'm in Mississippi. This cop's a jack off. I'm sure I'm going to jail.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. He's going to find something.
Right. Right.
Came out of his car.
But he yells at me. I have to hang the phone up. So I hang the phone up. He takes out this little square block, and it's a sonar, and he can check the spare tire with it. Yeah,
that's fucking
neat,
fancy.
huh?
Right.
So, but the whole time I'm like, dude, there's nothing in the car. I don't give a shit what you do, and I'm just hanging out on the guardrail watching my shit blow away. And then he digs. So I had this Lincoln Town car all of 3 weeks,
Right.
and then he starts pulling the trunk apart, and I'm like, I didn't clean this car very well.
Oh. Yeah, because you don't know.
And so I got a little nervous, right? But I was like, there's nothing in it. I knew the people I got it from. It was an old man's car. There's nothing in it. He pulls out this big stack of magazines, and they're all a dirty.
No shit.
Dirty magazines.
Really?
Like they're
Like
nasty,
raunchy shit.
Nasty magazines. And when he starts pulling them out, I went, oh shit, I don't know what's in this car.
Sir, can I do a preface? It's a little late. I just bought this car.
So underneath the panels, underneath the floor panel in the little trunk well, you know, the little where the body comes down, stuff plumb full of the magazines.
Was that guy just driving around beating off? What
right.
the fuck, dude?
And
you touched that steering wheel after that?
and I was sitting there watching it, and I was trying to make light. I try to make light of everything.
Yeah,
I'm
sure,
a smart ass. I try to make
right.
light of everything. And I go, you can keep those if you want them. I don't need them. And he was not. Nothing was funny. He was so mad at nothing at all.
Yeah.
And then he was even more mad because he didn't get anything. So.
Well, it's like that ISP guy that got me the last time for no front plate. I was driving that Lincoln that, you know, tags didn't go to me.
We talk about the King's ransom. ISP is nothing but a Brit squad.
Yeah, that's all they do is collect money, man. But yeah, they pulled me over for that freaking no front plate. And I was like, I'll let the owner know. Because the tags weren't my name, but they're still valid, right?
Right.
And he's like, well, once you get out of the car, I'm like, fuck, do I need a lawyer? Right. Fuck you, man. I'm like, dude, it's a front plate. Write the ticket. Let's go.
Right.
You know, whatever. Fucking jack off.
Right.
ISP rookies are the worst.
And all ISP is the worst.
Them older ones, man, you know, they do their 20. That's why they're there, you know.
I've only had one of them be decent. Only one of them. I got pulled over coming back from working in Streeter with Rico and them. We were working in Streeter, and I was speeding. I was doing 90 down 55. Yeah. I was in go-home mode.
Right.
And I was close. I was in Lincoln. I was close. And he got me fair and square, and he pulls up, and all my tools are on the front seat and everything, right? And he goes, my bag's in the front seat, my tools are in the front seat, and my license was suspended for something it shouldn't have been suspended for.
Right.
And He goes, your license is suspended. And I go, no, it's not. And he goes, yes, it is. And I go, I just took care of this. No, it's not. And I argued with him a little bit, right? And I don't argue with them. I just let them do whatever the fuck they're going to do because they're going to anyway.
Right. You're not changing their mind.
Right. You're calling them a cocksucker doesn't help your case.
No.
And so he comes back to the car and he goes, I believe you. He goes, I believe that this is a paperwork mistake. He goes, but I can't let you drive. He goes, so you can either have somebody come get the car, or you can if somebody's close, I'll leave it here and let you I won't arrest you. And he goes, I'm going to give you a ticket for no seatbelt and the speeding. And I go, okay. And nobody was close, of course. I'm in Lincoln.
Right.
So he goes, well, I got to call a tow truck. And he goes, I still won't arrest you, but I got to call a tow truck. And he goes, I won't impound it. And he goes, I'll have them tow it to that Love's. I can see the Love's. I can fucking see the Love's.
Right.
$250.
Yeah, of course.
$250 to tow it to the Love's.
It's all a scam, bro.
And then the tow truck driver gets over there. He's unhooking me, right? And I've got somebody coming at this point. And he goes, if you go down that road and take a left, you'll be on 16 and nobody will see you. And I was like, no, you're in on it.
Another $250
right,
for him.
you're in on it. Now I get arrested. You get another $250. No.
Did you have to pay him right then, or did you just get
I had to pay him right then.
No shit.
Thankfully, I had money.
Holy shit.
I had to pay him right then.
That sucks. Yeah, it's the worst.
Cost me $600 to go home that weekend.
I had ISP get me 4 times for tint in the same car. And then they threatened to they're like, you got to take it off right now. I was like, I'm not qualified.
See, they've pulled me over for tint. So the Cadillac, the CTS, I got pulled over in the CTS. Right. And that was before I had my FOID card and there was a gun in the car. And I was worried about that. I wasn't worried about anything else. So this cop, he drives by, his motorcycle cop. I'm leaving the house. And he's a motorcycle cop. And he drives by and he breaks his neck. Right. And I hadn't even seen him. I was already backing up. I had to go to the bathroom. And, my guts just weren't working right that morning. Right. And I was already backing up to turn around and go home real quick. So I pull up at my house and he comes swarming up on me. I didn't even see him. On a bike. Shit. I didn't even see him. I'm like, where the fuck's this guy coming from? Why is he back here? Right. And he goes, well, what was up with you turning around on me? And I told him, I said, I got to go to the bathroom. I didn't even see you. And I said, I have to go to the bathroom. Will you let me go inside and go to the bathroom? Right. This is where I live. And no, he wouldn't let me go inside. No shit. Of course not. So, but he goes, well, what's the deal with this tent? And I go, it's tent? Right. It's and he goes, well, it's illegal. And I go, okay. I go, are you going to write me a ticket for it? And he goes, I'm going to give you a warning. And I go, okay, well, you'll just write me a ticket for it tomorrow then or something and I told him straight out, I'm not taking, I've never taken the tent off. Just write me my ticket. You can't impound my car over it. Just write me my ticket. I'll go to Madison County Court. I'll plead not guilty and they'll throw it out. Right. And I'll keep my tent. I'm not. Right.
Yeah, they, because I used to cut through Brooklyn and all that every day for work. And there's ISP that would sit up there. And so I get on 3 after the highway. But it's all changed now. But I get on 3 and cut through all the strip clubs. Get on the other Route 3. I think the McGetaway Bridge was closed at that time. So that was like the way I had to do it. And so I was going by, like I just got a warning the day before. And here it is the next day. So I freaking just rolled both windows down. Like the power windows are going down as I'm passing them. And I wave. Fucking pulled right over. That's when he's like, you got to take it off now. I'm like, I'm not qualified.
No, I'm not taking it off.
I said, just write me the ticket, man. I'm like, I had a lawyer, and the only time I had to show up was like, I forgot the town, but Sunset Hills, Missouri. I had to go. They had night court. Town. They had night court.
No.
Yeah.
Shit.
They said,
with Harry and Bull and.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Harry and Bull, nice. And so my lawyer was a street racer, so. Hey, we'd go, and I had so many loud muffler tickets, because that's what you do. You just change them to loud muffler tickets. But, yeah, the helicopter got me one time. And so they sent the helicopter out, right? And they put the spotlight on me. Oh, yeah. I don't care how fast your car is. If you're in a town, you're not getting away. No. Like, lefts, rights, doesn't matter. So.
No. Well, I get away on GTA all the time.
Well, yeah, no. Yeah, I was doing that yesterday.
From the helicopter.
Right. But, so the helicopter ticket turns into a loud muffler, $100 fine. Like, we got you clearly evading police. And I'm like, loud muffler. Thank you. Please come again.
Wingnut, he had this nice Cutlass, and I was driving one of my dad's old work vans, Astro van, and we were turning right, coming down center here. We were turning right to go back into the neighborhood, and I peeled the tires off. I just lit them off on the van, and I seen the cop and let out. And the van wasn't going fast enough, for me to be and it was a minivan.
Right.
And Wingnut didn't do anything.
He gets pulled over.
And he gets pulled over. So he gets pulled over in front of the house because this dumbass, instead of just pulling over, he drives all the way to my parents' house and pulls over in front of the house. Because now they can't impound his car. It's on private property.
Oh, okay.
So they wrote him a bunch of tickets, took him to jail, and impounded his car. Because he's a dumbass.
Mission failed.
But the whole time I'm standing on the porch watching, and I know I'm the reason he got pulled over. And I can hear him going, I wasn't even the one. He goes, I wasn't even the one. I didn't even burn my tires off. I didn't do it.
That's so funny.
And the whole time I'm like, but you dumbass, you should have pulled over on the highway. You wouldn't have kicked your door shut. That was the only thing wrong with this car is the door wouldn't shut. The door hinges were sagging.
Right.
So the door, you had to pick it up and gently close it. And that cop couldn't get it to close, so he kicked it shut.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. It was a nice car otherwise, so. Clean interior, straight body until then.
Oh, shit. Here, I said we were going to roll at 30. It's 41. Telling old police stories.
Well, that's what they get for not watching.
Yeah. Oh, there's a smidge of a tint.
Oh, a smidge?
A smidge of the
Just
tint.
a smidge. Oh, I can see it's kind of yellow from here.
Yeah. It's got a smidge of a
I
tint.
can see a little bit of it.
Yeah.
That is the old line that is probably not coming back.
Maybe one day.
Maybe a limited release like the one I'm smoking now. I've only had 2 of these, so
really?
It makes any difference.
Do you like them?
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, nice. I had Hinkle was in yesterday, and he had one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, he got out of his wheelhouse a little bit.
I haven't had the yellow one.
So that's last year's. So that what you're smoking is 22, and last year's 21, and it's probably about time because I'm running low on them. I need to take them, hide them for another year until the 23s come out. Shout out to David Payne, always hooking me up with the limited releases. Everything's a limited release anymore, though.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, well, super
Except
ultra premium.
Did you pay attention to the guy on the online release only, the Drew Estates? You didn't pay attention to this guy? So this guy starts an argument with me,
Right.
about why the loose tobacco is in the
Everything.
isn't everything.
Right.
And so for people that aren't familiar with me, I've been an internet troll since about 1999.
The start of the internet.
Yeah, since the start of the internet, literally. And I used to get on Yahoo Chat and bait people into wanting to fight, and then give them a place to go fight, and then just pull up and laugh at them from like a distance. Just laugh at them standing there being dummies. And every once in a while, I'd take a picture of them, and that was, with the old click camera. So it took 2 days to actually post a picture, but I did it. And so I've been giving Drew Estates garbage because lots of crap because of all the loose tobacco in their boxes. And this guy starts an argument with me about why it's there. Well, it's there because it absorbs the infused
Bullshit.
It absorbs it to keep the other cigars. And so he says that, right? And I go, well, you're supposed to keep your infused separate from your traditionals, buddy. That's kind of a common thing. So he backtracks and he goes, well, yeah, but when they're all in the same storage, right? When they're all in the same storage humidor. So I'm just blowing holes in the story, right? So I'm like, so when they're all in the same storage humidor, so when all these cigars that are individually wrapped in cellophane, as all Drew Estate cigars that I've seen so far have been,
Right.
and they're in a box which is wrapped in cellophane,
Right.
That is when this loose tobacco shines. That is when it does its best job. That's what it's intended for. And he never replies to this part, right?
Right.
That's the last one he replies to. But he goes, well, I stock and what do you call it? It's a fancy word for selling cigars. What do you call it? I can't remember what marketed. I stock and marketing. I don't know, something like that. He said something along them lines in a large shop in Chicago. And so I said, well, what's the shop's name? I might want to come in there and check it out sometime.
Right.
You know, I'm in Chicago sometimes.
Right.
And he wouldn't tell me the name.
Right.
So I said, so defending the loose garbage tobacco in the boxes, that's all you. But free advertising?
Right.
No, sir. You can't do that. And so I look it up. I look him up just to see. I looked the cigar shop up because he tells me the address and stuff. It's stupid. The guy's just dumb.
Right.
And so I look it up, and it's a smoke shop. It's not even. They've got cigars.
Right.
Right. They've got cigars. They've got a decent sized humidor. It looks like, but they've got a much larger bong selection.
No.
Than they do cigar selection and hash pipes and kratom, and they sell all, you know, it's
everything that Rico sells.
Right.
They have it.
Right. So I was just waiting for him to come back. So I go, dude, you're a clerk, not a. You don't work at a cigar shop. You work at a.
Well, those shops, those do quite a bit of acid sales. That's like a big seller.
Well,
there.
we do quite a bit of acid sales.
Yeah, we do. I mean, it's kind of, you know, I mean, for something so non-traditional, it's pretty cool how they do have the market. So I unrolled the fellowship. That's what that's called. From table 36, and long filler. I don't know, bunch of tobacco in it. So it's kind of underwhelming because it's not a 6x60 or 7x70.
Right, it fits in the tray.
Right. I'm like kind of sorry, not to sound like all my dates, but sorry it wasn't as big as I thought it was going to be. But yeah.
Looks like good quality tobacco.
Yeah, I mean it's older, smells really good still. Smells like tobacco.
Probably was smoked good.
Yeah. So there's 3 more of those hidden.
Somebody is probably mad because you did that because they come in and ask for them.
For the old ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm working on a couple different things, but it's literally a year out.
Super ultra premium deluxe?
No, just bringing back the integrity and then the fellowship. So, you know, if I didn't have so much money out, you know, obviously we'd be, you know, bringing those lines back. But I don't know. I'm going to mix it up a little bit, save a little bit of money. Like to do the same exact logos, but on high-end quality cardboard boxes instead of the wood boxes. So like your Macanudos are in a cardboard box.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of delicious Gurkhas are in a cardboard box.
Spend more money on the cigar than the box.
Yeah. You know, like, why do I need this wood box with these legs? I get it. Back in the day when wood wasn't so freaking expensive,
right?
You can make this box and make it look like a table because that's what the boxes do. And then they had a plate on it that said 36.
Right.
Neat. You know, I can just make that a picture.
Right.
And go from there.
Right.
So, you know, it's just going to be a little while, you know, to get all that stuff out.
You could bundle pack them too. Just order them in bundles.
Yeah, I mean, I could. I mean, I'd rather come out. I think the cardboard box is, you know, just something to do. I mean, you know, I'd like to get the line out, and you know, especially these two. I mean, the wood box for the Peacemakers is really cool. It's rustic. You know, it fits the whole vibe. You couldn't. I don't know if you can really put that in a cardboard box and have the same, same look.
You couldn't.
Right, because these cigars come cellophaned. You know, they're going to fit nicely in cardboard. So, you know, that's just a huge nightmare to start to undertake.
Loose tobacco in them.
State of Illinois gave me my TP license for another year, so that's nice of them. So that was kind. It expired on the 28th, and it was issued on the 27th. And it was issued on the 18th. So just in time. They're so, you know, it's, you know, I'm sure other states are just as bad.
They're pretty good at that.
So they, well,
I doubt other states are just as bad.
I submitted everything, and you have to submit it all on paper. You have to send it to the Central Registry Division of the Illinois Department of Revenue, blah, blah, blah. So I send everything to them.
Double stamped.
Yeah, right.
You got to dot all your I's, cross your T's.
So, right. So, like, actually, when I do it, I do everything, and then I set it down. And I look over it a couple days later to make sure it's right. You know, I just look at it with fresh eyes. And then, so I send everything in confident. I got this motherfucker, right? I got it this time. I send it in. They send me an email. Hey, you're missing this one piece of paper. And it's on me, right? So one piece of paper was double-sided.
It's on you no matter what.
Well, right. So
even if it was on them, it was still on you.
So one piece of paper was double-sided. I only made a copy of one side. My bad. So I scan it and email it to this guy, right? And I said, here you go. Here it is. So he initiates and says, hey, you're missing this. Now I have everything else. Power of attorney, everything, right? And he's like, okay, we'll wait for it in the mail. Oh, come on, man. Like, hit print. It's literally the same looking piece of paper as what I'm going to send you.
Right.
So I hit print off that email and then mailed that to him. And then they're like, okay. Get the hell out of here, man. So I submitted them yesterday to everybody that needs them. But what a nightmare. You know, just like you can't hit print.
State of Illinois.
Yeah, you can't hit print. What are you guys, out of ink? I mean, how many millions you make off weed this year? Get out of here.
I like how our license plates have gone up to $400 to tag and register a car. You get one less plate. There's less people working there now.
What do you mean you get one less plate?
They're not issuing front plates anymore.
Shut up. Really?
Yeah, they're not issuing front plates anymore. State of Illinois does not require front plates anymore.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's gone into effect yet, but they're going to.
Wow, we did.
They're going to stop issuing front plates.
Huh.
To save money.
Right.
But they're charging you more money.
Right. Oh, of course.
It's made by the same prisoners.
Right. Thank you, governors.
Right. It's made It's made by the same prisoners. It's okay. Fine, material has gone up, but now you're saving money on material.
Right. Right.
You've cheaped out on the sticker. now you can, and the glue on them new stickers.
Right.
It peels right off.
Does it really?
Yeah, it comes right off.
So mine's a month. What month is this? October, almost the end of October. So
Is it yours? Isn't just a number now?
No, I haven't renewed it yet.
Because now it's just 23 or 24.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And they literally, you can walk up. I can walk up to the Kia right now and peel the sticker right off of it. Right off of it.
I've been meaning to go get one, but I just haven't. So
they've cheaped out on that. They're only issuing one license plate soon. And like I said, I don't know if it's gone through or not yet. But now we're paying triple what it used to be.
Yeah, no, and I don't know do you know what renewal is? Is it over $100?
I don't know what renewal is because I would like to renew my van, but they never sent me anything, so I'm not sure how to go about it now.
Just take the plate number down there.
I guess I have to go to the DMV.
No, take it down to Hunt's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, take the plate number down to Hunt's. That's all you need.
They never issued, and I was up here, and Tony was up here. And there was another guy up there, and I was like, I ain't got my renewal. That's what made me think about it. I ain't got the renewal for that van. And I go, I bet they're not sending them in the paper no more so they can charge you more money when you're late.
I think I heard somebody bitching about that, actually.
But Tony said he got one. So.
Wow. Tony probably requested it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Tony ran to be an alderman, so he's special.
He's on top of his shit.
Yeah, well, I didn't think about it at the time, but of course he got one. He's government.
Right.
He's a government official.
Yeah.
Of course he got one.
They pay the most.
Right.
Right.
I don't know.
Even what do you call those guys? Hitmen?
Yeah.
Even they have to pay their
That's right.
plate tags.
Right. Even CIA operatives.
That's what I was looking for.
CIA operative.
He cannot confirm nor deny.
Nope.
Right.
He refuses to discuss it.
Right. I have no events again this weekend.
No events this weekend.
Yeah. I'm gonna Sunday's trick or treating, so we're gonna set up some shit outside and give the parents fireball shooters or beers, and give the kids candy, or vice versa. I'm not sure.
Down there?
No, at the house.
In Alton? Oh,
no, at the house. Yeah, no, I'm not. I gotta start scraping off tile off sheetrock, so change the bathroom up a little bit.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, I ripped the vanity off 2 years ago, so it's just been these two wires sticking out of the wall.
Yes.
So
that's safe in a bathroom full of water.
yeah, I agree. I capped it.
It's fine.
I put caps on it. It's fine.
I walked past two wires sticking out of a wall over here at the Mexican restaurant every
Right. Yeah,
time I walk over
Yeah,
there.
it's fine.
They're sticking way out too. They're not even bent over. They're just sticking straight out.
Really, like outside?
Yeah,
Oh, well, that's nice.
on the corner of the building.
Huh. So yeah, so I'm gonna do house shit tomorrow, and I'm not gonna work on the building tomorrow. So I think that's what gave me the sinus shit, all that dust, and then
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, dude, it's because it's after that I've been miserable.
Probably.
I'm still hacking shit out. So I think I'm gonna start wearing a face mask when I'm in there. Like, yeah, dude,
Won't hurt you.
it's every morning. It's gross. I feel like a dragon, just out there hacking and shit.
Yeah, it won't hurt you.
No.
So I recorded the. There we go.
Take two.
I recorded the window tinting yesterday, so that's going to be a nice short video coming up for this Friday.
Right on.
Nice short one.
You need to tag what you're working on.
I have been.
Oh, have you?
Yeah,
So
I
that
have
way it can be found.
Yeah, so
Case
somebody can go, oh my God.
In case some other idiot's working on a Toyota Previa.
Oh my God, what is this dude doing?
Right. So somebody else can go, I think I'll pass on that car.
Right, so somebody else can go, dude, there's a bolt behind that oil pump. Dude, there
There it is.
shit.
Yeah. Whoops.
I should have YouTubed it first. I never worked on one before, so I should have YouTubed
That's
it
okay.
first.
Yeah, you found it.
So, but it's been that's the reason why the truck's been sitting is because that's not where my oil leak even was. My oil leak was because I went light on the silicone around the oil pump,
Right.
around the oil pump journals.
Yeah.
I went light on the silicone because I don't want it getting in the pump and in the oil system.
Right.
And it bit me in the ass.
Yeah. Blew right out.
I went heavy everywhere else but there.
Right.
And it was just pushing it right out.
Right.
Just
Well, you got good oil
pushing
pressure
it
then.
right out.
Look at that.
So instead of taking it all back apart,
Right.
because who wants to do that and clean all that silicone off? I don't. I just I took everything off the side to where I could get to it real good, and I cleaned it up real good, and I was just kind of shoving it in there with my finger,
Right.
the silicone,
Right.
and I was making sure it healed. I was giving it a couple days to dry up real
Right.
good.
No,
So-
today's 100% humidity, so
So well, I did it Sunday, so
Oh,
it should be okay.
right on.
But I've been wanting to drive the van anyway to see if that snake oil worked. That Blue Devil
Yeah,
head
how's that?
gasket. I can't. It worked.
No shit.
It worked. That van does not smoke. It does. It smokes less now than it did when I first did the head gasket.
No kidding.
It worked. It worked 100%.
Nice. That's pretty awesome. How much was
Yeah.
that can?
$35.
Yeah. Yeah. And then how many hours would that have been dropping the engine? And 10, 12?
Well, if I didn't have that other engine, I
Right.
probably would do it. But I have that other engine, and I'm not going anywhere. Like I said, I'm not taking any road trips in it.
Right. Right.
So
The
I just need it to be able to be moved between here and there and anywhere else it might need to go.
right. It looks pretty good coming down the road.
I'm changing the rims.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to change the rims, but there's a lot of reasons to change the rims.
Right.
For one, I think that's why it's driving so bad. I think those big ass wheels and tires, because sometimes you have to fight it not to pull right, and then when you change a road, you have to fight it not to pull left. And I think it's the tires.
Yeah.
I think it's the tires doing it. I can't open. I changed the hinge on that back door. I got tired of dealing with it yesterday and went ahead and changed it.
Right.
And on that sliding door, so now the door won't open.
Right. So you change the wheels.
Yep, until I change the wheels. So,
What are you thinking?
I got some pictures of, cause I got a buddy of mine in North Carolina from the Ole at Low days, and he's a big '90s mini trucker guy,
Right.
and he's a big wheel guy too. And so I hit him up, and I was like, "What do you think I should run?" I was just trying to get a few ideas. And then I looked up, lowered Previas. What you get when you look up lowered Previa on Google, what you get is the Estimas out of Japan. There's only like one or two in this country.
Right.
The rest of them were Estimas in Japan, which are the same. A lot cooler because they have, don't ask me how, but they have more access to ground effects and all that crap over there.
Right.
So I sent him a few examples of Estimas I found with different rims on them. And I think we were both on the same page. They're like a dish style, but they're open.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we were on the same page.
Nice.
And I'm going to hit Josh up. I might go up there tomorrow morning. I might drive the van. I might come up here, pick the van up, and drive it up there tomorrow morning. and see if he's got anything. See if he's interested in these wires. And
Be ashamed to get rid of the wires, though.
yeah,
You never know when you need wires.
well, if I had 6-lug adapters, they'd go right on that Nissan. I'd throw them on that Nissan.
No,
truck.
that'd be cool. Those wheels look good on that truck.
But-
I saw. Did you see on Marketplace the? I want to say 70s convertible 620. Yeah, there's one on.
Expensive, I bet.
Oh no, it was stupid expensive.
Yeah.
Don't want these back.
Yeah. No. So these trucks are expensive in certain areas, and in other areas they are not expensive at all. So if you get down into Tennessee, in those areas,
Yeah.
I can buy a 720 for $3,500 for in great shape,
Right.
excellent condition.
I doubt if I'll be able to pull it up. I know it was a 620.
Yeah, that's the actual. That was when they were still Datsun. I mean,
Yeah.
they're still the 720 is still Datsun. But
Right.
they were literally still Datsuns.
It might be gone already. It was
Probably, maybe.
super sick.
What was it all done up?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was super
Yeah.
sick.
I think I did see that one then.
He had it
was
listed
all
for-
done up. Was it blue?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Blue
seen
or
it.
purple or something like
I
that.
seen it.
It's like 20 grand or something.
Yeah, I seen
I was
it.
like, Jesus.
I seen it. It was all done up. Well, I don't know. There's a lot of people. There's somebody we know selling something for like 23 grand, and I looked at it and I was like, no,
Well, you know,
crazy.
I saw that and I said, good luck, sir. You
Right.
know, I'm like, get your hustle on. I think I have this rack sold. I'm going to sell that rack. We're going to be moving to Studio 3A soon.
We have to figure that out.
Yeah. So
Figure out how to mount the mics.
where are we? Oh, yeah. You want to go to the front.
Yeah, I want to go to comfortable chairs.
I'm with that. It kind of hurts my butt.
Yeah, I want to go to comfortable chairs and more relaxed, I think.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know how we're going to mount the mics because we have to take them apart every day.
I wonder if we could take a couple of these stools and just mount it right on a stool.
And just put them on the side.
Yeah.
Because these stools are pretty well garbage these
Yeah,
days anyway.
yeah. I'm surprised I've sat here for 48, 49 episodes and not fallen through.
I sit on that one behind the counter all the time, and screws fell out of it the other day, and I was like, oh, that's nice.
Right. You know what's holding that together? Your body weight.
Right.
That's it. Yeah, that truck's, at least now I can't find it, but that's how Marketplace works. Like, if
you
don't,
lose it the next day.
if you don't save it, it's lost forever.
Yeah, you lose it literally the next day.
Yeah, that's so stupid. Thanks, Facebook. Thanks, Zuck. Yeah, I've seen a lot of cards drop, but I've also
There's a lot of good deals on there right now. I wish I had money.
it seems like there's some pretty good deals floating around.
So that style of room is what I'm looking at.
Oh, no, that's pretty sick right there.
So I can buy that whole body kit, and I intend to buy a body kit
Really?
because it's not low enough. But I think I'm going to, before I do that, I think I'm going to pick up the sliding rag.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to do
the
that
old school.
next. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that next.
Are you you getting the old one back that you sold?
No. I'm going to buy a rag top, sliding
Oh,
rag
okay.
top. Mini truck style sliding rag top. And I'm going to put a sunroof in it too, which is, I don't know, I know a lot of people don't like sunroofs, but
Just a pop up one, right?
yeah, in the front.
Yeah.
Big old sliding rag in the back, the pop up in the front.
So when you came pulling in today, were you all the way up? No. Okay.
No.
How?
I wasn't all the way up the other day either when you said it sounded good.
No, not stereo. Height on the air ride.
No. Well, you can't ride all the way up. Ride's like hot trash all the way up.
Well, yeah, no, rides like wagons.
No, I need to get in there. I'm going to get in there and change all that too because I don't like the front doesn't move enough. If you want my opinion,
Right.
I don't know. I'm probably going to wait until I get the ground effects before I mess with that. But I don't like it. It doesn't move enough.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it goes up very high.
It doesn't.
Right.
Doesn't at all. So, if I get 4 inches of travel, I would be surprised.
Yeah, I don't.
And I should get 6 inches of travel out of the bags.
Really.
So,
What do you think's like holding it back on the front?
well, I don't know in the front. In the back, it's the shocks.
Right.
So,
Just disconnect them. It's fine. You got airbags back there.
Yeah, no, it don't work that way.
Sure it does.
I don't know how I can change it, but I haven't really thought of it. So there's just not enough travel, and I don't know why, because I've put shocks on other cars that would allow the bag to fully inflate and still lower, and I've not been able to get the right shocks this time around for some reason. So I don't know. It's something to figure out.
You should take my old GM shocks, my old truck shocks. It's a lot of travel there. Just put them on there.
Not enough down though.
Yeah, no, because they're probably taller than what you're running altogether.
So it'll go down further in the back.
Right.
I'm sitting on bump stops in the back. When it's all the way down, I'm sitting on the bump stop.
Right.
I haven't taken them out yet because there's no sense in taking them out, because I don't want the fender to bash the rim.
The
top
tire.
of the tire, which
Right.
I think it will. So it will be close if not. So I like the rims on there, but then again, I don't like the rims on there. So
I mean, it gives it that 90s look for sure.
Right.
You know, but that's such a, I mean, it's so inconvenient.
it's massively inconvenient.
What were we
I think that's my entire drivability issue right now is the rims.
Right. What were we watching the other day where that Ford Aerostar was on those gold rims? It was shit, I don't know.
I don't remember.
They're gonna go shoot somebody at like a food place.
Yeah, I don't remember.
And the van sitting out front was like a Ford Aerostar sitting on reverse.
Oh no, we were watching
That's an iconic
what was
movie.
it? I don't think it was Menace to Society.
I don't think so.
I don't remember what it was now either.
It's the one where the kid was videotaped. He had the videotape from the.
That's Menace to Society.
Yeah, that was it then. Because remember they rolled up to shoot those dudes.
You barely caught a glimpse of this
Yeah.
Aerostar on gold wires.
You should find that van, rescue it,
Right.
get a bunch of people to pay for the rehab.
Find that van, rescue it.
Right, and then we rescued a dog. I mean, I don't know if anybody's still looking for it, but it's rescued. I just don't put
Right.
it all over the internet.
Right.
I'm not a fucking tard.
Right. Right.
Anyways,
Well, the tardedness of that goes deeper than just putting it all over the internet.
oh sure.
You probably could have got away with putting it all over the internet. It was contacting the family and rubbing it in their face.
Yep. But
So.
there's a saying: winners win.
So, right. Well, he won.
Yeah.
He won. He got away.
Yeah.
He still didn't steal it, in my opinion.
No, he definitely didn't.
Even if me and the guy are on the outs right now, he still didn't steal it. But he got railroaded over the whole thing. But he could have made a better decision, in which I think several people told him not to do what he did that ended up biting him in the ass, and he did
Right.
it anyway. So simply just listen to people who might have some experience and know a thing or two. So I believe what was said was, I wouldn't do that, dude. That's going to make them mad. Mm-hmm. Because obviously, so that's like going by somebody's house, and they've got a car in a field, and going, hey, you want to sell that? No, I don't want to sell it. I'm going to fix it up one day. So you just go by and take it one night,
Right.
and then you go, hey, I fixed this up. So he probably would have went outside and noticed it gone and been like, that sucks.
Right.
And been mad about it. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Right.
But he probably would have just let it go. But then you go by and go, hey, I took your car and now it's fixed up. Look what I did to it. I did everything you always dreamed of doing.
Mm-hmm.
I did. And that's gonna make him be like, well, fuck you.
Right. Right. Yep. So they got paid for it. They wouldn't have got that money out of that any other way. So, like 20 grand.
Right. Right. And it's the pure genius of the second time it disappeared
Right.
that I'm impressed with.
Yeah.
The house paint, man. The house paint. I would have never thought to do that. I would have never thought to spray it with that. Look, it's destroyed now. It was
Right.
house paint. It literally wiped right off with
Yep.
some acetone. Probably not even acetone, probably mineral spirits. So,
Right on. So what you're doing? You got another Fix It Friday.
yeah,
getting ready to load up.
I've got one that I can put up. It's nice and short. I don't fail a whole bunch, so
That's cool.
the airplane guy, I don't know his name. I know his name, but I can't ever remember it.
Which airplane guy?
The guy going to school.
Oh yeah, Jack.
His name's Jack?
Yeah.
How can I not remember that his
I don't know.
name's Jack?
Cool name. How many Jacks do you know?
Well, the only Jack I know is a Jack off.
Right.
So
Right.
maybe I'm just trying not to remember his
Well,
name.
yeah, there's that.
But he watches apparently. So he
Well,
was
right
like,
on.
oh yeah, I checked up because he asked me. He goes, "Did you get your timing chain lined out?" And I was like, "I told you about it." And because I didn't think he watched. And
Right.
he was like, "Oh no, I watched the video." And I go,
Oh, it's awesome.
Cool.
Very cool.
I go, yeah. I got the timing chain lined out and a huge oil leak that
And it persisted after.
I got to fix.
Right.
So
Well, very cool. Well,
it should be fixed now.
Thanks for watching, Jack.
Right.
100-something subscribers.
116, but we lost one.
Yeah, I saw
So
that.
we had 117.
Yeah, I saw that. We lost one.
And someone said, not for me.
Yeah, you guys suck. You don't
Hey,
talk about anything.
Speaking of, how's Leo? Any updates?
So on Thursday, I heard that he was talking and trying to bust out of the ICU like right away. So he's like, "Nah, fuck, get me out of here." I have not had an update since Thursday, so hopefully the rehab and stuff's going well. So yeah, I have not seen him on the internet either. So
Well, if they've started him on rehab, then obviously he's
kicking ass.
doing a lot.
Right,
They expect him to make some sort
Right.
of recovery.
So I don't know what's. I haven't heard anything from his wife. Actually, Dennis on Thursday when he came to play cards, he's the one who told me that she called him and said that he's trying to like rip tubes out and get the hell out of there. So keep fighting a good fight, Leo. We love you a long time. So hopefully everything's going.
Right. One of our two. I mean, if something happens to Leo, then she's going to have to start watching.
Well, she's gonna have to at least start commenting. I mean, we gotta have comments.
Right.
So, Jack, throw up a comment. I want to see what your YouTube handle is.
Right.
So, planes go fly.
And we know. Right.
Crash and burn.
Right.
Sorry.
It better be something like that.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. If that's like
Right.
the worst thing to say.
Right.
So, yeah, no, I don't. I have nothing going on. I'm going to work Friday night down at the Alton shop, 5 to 9. Emily asked me this morning. She caught me at the coffee house, and then yeah. So it's just gonna be doing. Oh yeah, you got it. Is it coming? Oh, it's going away, and so, and I don't know if we're doing cards this Thursday.
I was going to ask when I'm being relieved of sevens on Fridays.
I don't know. Whenever you sell so much before 7. I don't know. I made $50, sir, after 6:00 last night.
I had a decent day
Saturday.
that Saturday.
Yeah.
And you don't even want to get into that Saturday with me because I was mad. I was mad. When you hit me up and was like, did you leave? I was already mad. So, because I got told at 3 o'clock. At 3 o'clock, I get a message. Hey, we're supposed to meet at 5 at Baker's and Hale. No. I thought this whole thing was canceled.
Right.
And so I was like, no, not at 5. I go, 6 at the earliest, fine, but not at 5. So I leave at 6. I didn't hear nothing else. I leave at 6 to go do that. And I get home and it's like, oh, well, no, because you couldn't get off at 5. We're not doing it now. And so I'm sitting there like, well, I'm hungry. Let's go eat. I've already closed. I'm hungry. Let's go eat. I'm already done.
It's almost guaranteed.
So
If you leave early, somebody shows up.
well, yeah. And then so last Saturday, let me explain something to you though, real quick. Last Saturday, there was a debit card left. Okay,
Yeah.
at like 3:30 in the afternoon.
Okay.
He leaves his debit card. He doesn't realize he left his debit card till I guess like 6:45.
Okay.
I don't know when he called.
Right.
It was 6:54 when Emily 6:50. It was close time.
Right.
I was at the airliner. I had just left, and I had to go home and give Sarah money to pay for the food that was coming, and so I had to go home. And so Emily calls and says, well, he left his debit card. And can you go back? And I go, yeah, I'll turn around. And then I thought about it. I was like, I can't turn around. I said, tell him I'll be back up there at 7:30. I'll go home, give her the money, and bring, you know what I mean? And I'll go back up there and meet him up there. I'll grab the car and go back up there. And I was on the board.
Right.
So it's going to take me 20 minutes to get home.
Right.
And I was giving myself plenty of time so that I wasn't in a hurry and so I didn't end up eating shit. So I got here at 7:20. And he was leaving. He was backing out of the parking lot at 7:20. And I kind of waved at him. I was like, come on. And he goes, oh, well, she said 7:30 and you weren't here yet. So it was 7:20.
Right.
So you can't, when these people hit you up and they're like, oh, well, I went by there at 6:55. Now, they probably went by at 7:05. They can't tell time.
Well, it's possible. Yeah, he ended up going down to the guy that was trying to buy cigars. He ended up going down to Alton. So
Now, he bought cigars.
the
Oh, it was the other guy.
yeah.
The other guy that night.
All right.
That night. All right.
Yep.
That's a good ender right there.
Yeah.
You could have turned away at least.
Nah.
I mean,
It's Worst Cigar Podcast. on
totally
YouTube.
leaving that in.
All right.
That is staying.
Good. I gotta go pee anyway.
Good.
Yep.
Good, I don't know.
Done.
Okay.
Like, share, follow.
Subscribe, please.
Check out the Instagram for photos of the cigars we unrolled.
Do us a favor and comment.
Yeah. Tell us how much we suck.
See the pictures. Tell us we talk about nothing.
Yeah.
That's
we
the
like that.
entire point.
Yeah. Hope
So-
you enjoyed our police stories.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
Shout out to GMC for show for the intro music.
Right. Right. He seems to be doing pretty good for himself.
Wow.
Oh, dude, I seen a video yesterday of a new internet rapper.
Yeah.
And dude, this song it hits.
Yeah?
It's a good beat, dude. It's great.
Nice.
It's actually great. So no sarcasm in that. so hey, I'll have to
Yeah.
show you that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually the rest of his album sucks, but this one song is
Pretty
it's
good,
called
huh?
Front Porch, and it's good. Yeah, it's pretty good. So, all right, like, share, subscribe. Unrolled Cigar Podcast on Instagram. You're watching it on YouTube. We really don't care about Facebook. I'm surprised Facebook ain't banned us yet. Anyway, they ban you for everything. So
I'm out.
yeah.
Bye. Thanks.